Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's back as well. Welcome to the second but first rendition of the WWE-Cap coming from Grapple-Sauce. Now, we did record one and we uploaded it, but things happened and the YouTube fairy just didn't want it uploaded. We were too bold, too brash. We had too much to say. So this is our second time, and I think it'll be a good time. How was the week at WWE, Chad?
Oh, it was pretty good. I believe you coined the term the WWE cap.
Yes.
It was great though. I mean, probably had one of the greatest promos of all time this week. Of course, we're talking about The Rock.
Followed up by maybe this is just because I'm Cody Crybaby #1, but that Cody follow-up was almost as good.
Yeah. It's just I had this to throw this toward you at the end, but is this gonna be one of the best manias ever? Like these builds are great.
I don't want to get that hyped, but I'm starting to get really excited. There's so many good matches. Like, we'll get into it, but Sami Zayn, Gunther. I wasn't that excited for Jimmy and Jay, but I'm starting to get excited for even like Jimmy and Jay. Both women's title matches will be excellent. Like, there's so many interesting builds going into this Mania. It really does feel like a must-see event.
Yeah, I haven't been this excited for one in quite some time. So, yeah, really good time to start jumping in on the WWE e-caps because darn, must see TV.
Speaking of good promos, let's just hop right into SmackDown because we can start off with The Rock. He sure did layeth the SmackDown. He started off with a legendary rock concert where he had a blues rendition because he was in Memphis. He was very over because I think he said it. He started and trained in Memphis, Tennessee, so
Yeah.
he got cheered the entire time. But he cut a great rock concert about Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and he even got the Cody Crybabies in there. So I got mentioned on SmackDown, baby.
Yes, they are watching.
I felt bad for the guy that he pulled up the picture of. Like, did you see the one fan where he was crying? I felt bad for that guy.
Yeah, it feels like that one CM Punk promo where they always have that picture of the same guy, and it's like, oh, dude.
Yeah, well, it's like Ms. Girl, but Ms. Girl's funny.
Yeah.
So I thought the Rock concert was funny, right? But my favorite part of this promo was what came next, where he got real quiet and real serious, and he just looked at the camera. It was like point blank. I'm gonna beat you with this belt and give it to your mom. And then he went, "What can I say except you're welcome," to his mom. Like, oh.
That was like Jake the Snake levels of psychology there, getting the low voice, not the screaming, and yeah, he gave me chills. It was like, oh yeah, dude can act.
I just think we talked about it a lot on the AEW review for those fans that watch, but I've turned 180 on the Young Bucks, mostly because I let their story played out and it was really good. And I think Rock is kind of the opposite, where they had to pivot, but they've pivoted so well. I almost want to believe that this was the plan the whole time.
Right? Yeah, if it wasn't, holy crap, that's either the best on the fly writing ever or just really good writing in general. Either way, holy crap, like.
Well, and like, I don't want to trust WWE because that's a bad time every single time. But
True.
you think about how they were supposed to do Rock and Roman at 39, and then they went, nah, let's do Rock and Roman Cody. Rock said something like, "Oh, we just didn't have any good idea. We wanted to do something truly special. What if this is it?
Oh,
What if they were like, this Cody Rhodes guy, we're gonna make him the biggest guy ever. We're gonna have him lose on 39." Because that's what happened to Bret Hart. He lost WrestleMania 9. Then WrestleMania 10 comes around and he gets the gold one. So I don't know. That feels a little conspiratory, but I had to throw that out there.
No, I mean, signs kind of point in that direction too, because they do have like a very good writing staff and a new outlook with all the other things that have happened. And
It's
maybe
all just TKO. Nothing else. Nothing
yeah.
else.
So maybe this was all the plan the whole time. Like it's got twists and turns, and it feels like episodic drama. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, this whole feud has basically been over 2 bitch slaps, which is crazy. This is one of the best feuds I've ever seen. I can't wait for both matches. And like, at the end of the day, it's just a little talking about each other's moms and slapping. Like, that's it.
Yeah, it's great. That's all you need sometimes.
Well, Yeah. I never thought I'd be excited for a Rock match at this year's Mania. I'm thoroughly excited for this match. I think the tag team is a brilliant idea. I think it'll protect him and he'll be able to come in for a like not a hot tag, but a heel tag, I
Yeah.
guess. And he'll be able to run riot. And I think he should pin Cody in that tag team match.
Ooh,
Think of
hell
the
yeah.
heat, brother. Think of the
Uh-huh.
heat.
Yeah, no, he definitely should go over just to yeah, you like you said, build the heat. So when Cody takes it night 2, what if
Yeah,
he
I
doesn't?
hope. Don't bring like I I I'm like getting the same kind of like, oh yeah, he's got to win and like last year. I can't keep that in my head because there's every chance in the world they're like, oh, what if we just beat Hogan's reign? What if we just did that? Well,
Oh man.
that's about. I mean, as great as a segment as it was also a Rock segment, so it was pretty long and drawn out. So that's about all I have to say about other than it was fantastic.
Yeah.
There was a lot
See.
of
Oh,
what were you gonna say?
saying yeah, next to my notes I've got Jimmy responding to Jay's challenge too.
Yeah.
That was yet again a good promo that got me more into it than I was before. Before I was like, "Oh yeah, brother versus brother," saw that coming. And now I'm like, "Ooh, blood feud."
Well, they said it like last year going into Mania, like, oh, our dream match is to do Brother v Brother at WrestleMania. And I was like, oh, okay, so you're gonna do Brother v Brother at WrestleMania soon. Okay. And like, you know, when they started it at SummerSlam with Jimmy turning heel and the big like bloodline rules or whatever match, right? Like that kind of sucked. But at least now they've like kind of cooked it enough to where I'm excited to see the match.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeet versus no yeet, and yeah, it's got enough heat. Oh, that was an unfortunate rhyme.
Ooh,
Ooh.
write that down. That was clever. I think, we want a big breakout win for Jay Uso, and I think this will be his coming out party. He'll have a big win against his brother, and he'll be able to move on from the bloodline, I hope. But you have another guy who it feels weird saying this about him, but hopefully we'll get a big breakout win because they announced that it'll be LA Knight versus AJ Styles at Mania. I mean,
Yeah.
we felt like that was happening, but I'm looking forward to it. If I had to pick, if I were Booker Man, right, I would have penciled in like Logan Paul versus LA Knight, and you give that as LA Knight's big first win. But it seems like they have much more plans for Logan Paul's reign, which I'm fine with at the end of
Yeah.
the day. But yeah, how you feeling about LA Knight versus AJ Styles?
That was great. I love watching him. He's one of those ones like as I was getting back into it, I heard a lot about him. So eventually I like looked up one of those playlists on YouTube and I was like 45 minutes of like, oh, this dude's awesome. Can't get enough. I love the little promo he cut at the on the show right before AJ jumped him and it was like, yeah, just enough heat for like a mid card kind of, probably bathroom break match, but I'm gonna watch it. I love it. I love the guy. He's amazing.
Yeah, I hate to agree with you on the bathroom break part, but it's LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I think this is probably the most easy to bet on match for
Oh yeah,
Mania, other than like maybe the tag team ladder match. Funny enough, because they've been building up that Awesome Truth win for a while, but I think this one's pretty cut and dry. Like I
yeah,
think LA Knight's gonna get this win. But you know what? I'm glad that AJ Styles is on Mania because he deserves to be on Mania. He's AJ Styles. He's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. And then of course you mentioned Logan Paul. Match ahead had probably the most gifable move of the week there. If you've seen that one, the Kevin Owens stunner into the RKO.
Yeah, it
That,
was
that
pretty badass. Pretty
yeah.
badass.
Yeah, the rest of the match was basically just typical WWE wrestling match with a pretty crazy finish. Then it went into the Logan Paul segment of him finding out who his opponent or opponents are.
Ooh, I literally wrote down. I don't write a lot of notes for this compared to AEW, but I just wrote Nick Aldis is so cheeky. Like he's such a
Yeah,
little brat. I love him so much. But he's like, oh yeah, your opponent or opponents.
opponents.
So he's going to be fighting both Logan Paul will be fighting Randy Orton and Kevin Owens for his title at WrestleMania. I think that's a great idea
Oh,
because one thing we weren't really talking about was what's Kevin Owens doing at Mania? Because he technically has main evented 2 of the last years, right? Because he
yeah,
did the Austin one, and then he had the tag team match with Sami Zayn. So, yeah,
yeah,
he's a two-time WrestleMania main eventer. You got to do something with Kevin Owens, and
Yeah, and he's always somewhere around the top of the card. Like, dude deserves it, and for like, he's one of my favorites. So I remember that one. I want to say it was like during the pandemic. He ran up the ramp and did the like swanton or moonsault off of it. Like that was
yeah,
amazing. Like he's oh yeah, he's probably last 10 years like one of my favorites. Like him and Sammy are pretty well like 1A and 1B.
he's definitely an unsung hero for WWE. I'd say he's always like like almost the Moxley of
Yeah.
WWE in a way, where he's a reliable hand. You can just shove him into a title scene, and it's like, yeah, it's Kevin Owens. He's challenging for a title. That makes sense. Like
Yeah.
he fought Roman Reigns at like 3 separate Royal Rumbles for the title. And people were
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, that's okay. It makes sense. It's Kevin Owens. He deserves it.
Yeah. We
So
won't talk about the unfortunate handcuff spot way back when.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea. But I'm happy for the triple threat, and this is one where I would probably say Logan Paul is gonna win. He'll
Yeah.
probably just pin Kevin Owens because I think they're really protecting Randy Orton in terms of not having him lose, because
Oh
that's
yeah.
why they did the multi-man match at the Rumble this year, because it was gonna be Randy Orton versus Roman. But then they were like, we don't really want Randy to lose this early. We didn't think he'd be so hot, like so
Yeah.
over. So
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
my prediction is it's going to be a amazing three-way match, largely with those two teaming up on Logan. But then at the end, Viper's going to Viper. He's going to RKO KO, and then he'll probably get shoved out of the ring, and Paul will retain
Yeah, I
something
think
along those lines.
because I think there's going to be plenty of titles that do change hands on Mania, and I think them keeping it on Logan Paul, I think that's a decent idea. It's one of those where like I really want to see where you're going with this because I have
Yeah.
faith in them at least. He's been booked pretty well so far, so we'll see where it goes. But that's not all. Rey Mysterio returned for the second time, which I thought was odd because he came back last week and he's back again. He's like Edge. But it's they haven't announced anything, but it's likely going to be Escobar versus Mysterio at Mania. Or you think they're going to do like a multi-man match with maybe Dominic and Andrade?
Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah, there's a little Andrade action on Raw there that we'll probably get to. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I definitely think Dominic should be on the card. He's done so well for his role. But what was he doing last year? Was he on the card? Oh, it was him and Ray. Duh.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good
So
one.
yeah, 100% Dominic should be on this card, and just do Dominic and Santos Escobar versus Andrade and Rey Mysterio. I think that'd be a fun, fast, intense match.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be cool. The kind of nice bridge in between two of the really big matches. Kind of, I wouldn't call it a bathroom break because you wouldn't want to miss it, but so a palate cleanser.
Yeah, you got your dramatic Sami Zayn versus Gunther matches. It's like, all right, here's your little like lucha libre match. They're gonna do a bunch of flips. Have a great time.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy the hell out of it. And then this is the last thing I have for SmackDown. So if you have anything else, let me know. But it was Bailey versus Dakota Kai in the main event. It ended in DQ due to the
Oh,
dastardly damage Kataro breaking in and fighting everyone. But actually, what I wrote down was someone came and made the save. And it's someone a part of that prediction I made where you're going to need 3 women to kind of like help Bailey in a perfect scenario. And if Monet isn't them, well, Naomi, Bailey, or Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill aren't really doing anything for Mania, and those are all people that really should be on the card. So yeah, Naomi came out and made the save. It wasn't
heck
enough,
yeah.
obviously, but that's really cool that they're getting Naomi involved in the women's title scene at least to help out. Like
Yeah.
that's really cool.
No, I don't haven't really talked about this one, but this is like low key one of my favorite stories going on in WWE right now. Like that whole bit wherein Bailey's like, "Oh, by the way, I can speak Japanese," and like,
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh, dude, this is getting really good." Like, if there wasn't a bloodline thing going on, this would probably be the hottest story for me,
Yeah, if this stupid Cody Roman Rock thing wasn't
right?
going on, yeah, this feud is really heating up. I'm really excited for the match. I actually really like Io Sky. I think she's a phenomenal talent, but I love Bailey too. So
Yeah,
I think it was awesome. I loved how Bailey won the Royal Rumble. Thought it was an excellent show off for her. I thought it was better than the men's. And I like from on, I was like, yeah, I think it'll be a good match.
yeah, for sure.
But that's
Yeah,
about
that's all I got too.
all right. Yeah, SmackDown. pretty good show. I didn't watch it all, but I
Yeah.
think it'll be a good time. And again, doing its job. It's getting me hyped for Mania.
Yeah.
Now we got Raw. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think it started off with Jimmy versus Jay, right? Like they had
Yep.
a
Yep.
little bit of a promo. I wrote down the funniest line where Jay said, "I'm gonna knock the yeet out of your ass." Like
Uh,
that's not how that works, but he's so charismatic. It's fine.
yeah, he makes it work. He's got such fire when he talks. It's great.
Yeah, I love Jay Uso. If you would ever like pitch this to me like 2 years ago, even like, oh, they're gonna split up the Usos and one of them's gonna be unironically fantastic, I'd be like, sure, if I can tell the difference. But
Right?
yeah, I can easily tell the difference between Jay and Jimmy now because they've done a really like good job of separating them apart. And I'm sort of really look forward to the match mostly for like what it could mean for Jay Uso, right? Like I really wanted him to beat Gunther. Like I really
Yeah.
wanted him to beat him for that stupid IC title. I thought that wouldn't have been the right time, but I thought he's as good a winner as you can get, other than like Chad Gable or Sheamus or even Sami Zayn. But I I'm excited for the future of him.
Yeah, me too. Like, shoot, it feels like just yesterday they were just this generic painted face tag team, and now look at them. Like they're full developed characters. They've, like you said, you could tell the difference between them now. It's great. Like
Hmm.
I, like yeah, I can't say enough about them. Like having stopped watching them picking up, and I was like, whoa, what happened to these guys? That's really good.
Yeah,
They're
masterful storytelling they've done with at least Jay Uso.
yeah,
Jimmy Uso's good in his role as like comedic heel for the Bloodline because that's who he was back when the Bloodline was a whole unit. So I think he's still doing well. And there was actually two matches that I didn't bring up on SmackDown, but it's just because I bundled them all into this one Raw. It's the
yeah,
tag team ladder match. I think we have all the teams, if I'm not sure, because they had two matches on SmackDown and three on Raw.
yep, yeah. I think
So
that was the last of it.
So obviously we have the Judgment Day, the champions, but DIY was able to best the Creeds. So this is DIY's WrestleMania first time. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We got the new Catch Republic, which is Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. That'll be exciting to see. They beat Pretty Deadly, which I actually really like Pretty Deadly. So I'm a little
Yeah.
disappointed that they didn't make it, but whatever. They have big plans for these new Catch Republic, so it's fine. And then Legado del Fantasma beat the LWO, which nice. They're just gonna make up bodies, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, they'll be the high spots.
Hmm. And then the Awesome Truth, which is Miz and our Truth, of course, were able to beat it's Veer and not Shanky, but Indusure. That's their tag team name,
Yeah.
Indusure. But it seems like they kind of won like fluky. Like our Truth fell on one of them and got the pin, which is like okay, that's pretty our Truth. So I hope they have some silly way for him to win those tag titles.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's theirs to win. Which kind of breaks my heart because I'm kind of a DIY mark. So, but the story says they should do it.
Yeah, I'm not against them winning. Let me put that out there, but I'm not excited about it. I would say like I don't want them to like I like Judgment Day. I think they
Yeah.
look good with them belts. And then if I had to pick someone else, maybe DIY to kind of spice them up because I feel like they could have a great run with the titles. They just need to get the titles.
Yeah. I don't.
And then
Oh, I don't think you were watching at the time, but did you ever catch any of their big saga on NXT Black and Gold?
I never really watched NXT.
It was they Champa got injured, so to write himself off, he came out with a crutch and after Gargano's match, and then he just started wailing on Gargano, and it ended up in this epic feud. Like, I'd probably just look up the matches and just watch those. The video packages tell the stories, kind of like most good AEW programming.
Mhm.
If you ever have the time, definitely worth a watch. It was for like really good feud.
Okay. And then last but certainly not least, the New Day beat Alpha Academy, which is not Chad Gable. I'm gonna put that out there. They did not beat Chad Gable. Thank you. But yeah, it's I forget about the New Day. They're fantastic. I'm glad they're on the card. Um, they don't feel the same without Big E,
Yeah.
and it's not their fault. It's no one's fault, but it doesn't feel as good. But they're fantastic wrestlers. They're great entertainers, so I'm sure it'll be a blast. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
concerned about them in the match. Who do you think is going to win this match? Are we both on Awesome Truth?
Yeah, if we break it down to the patented Chandler want versus think, I
Mhm.
think Awesome Truth will win, but I want DIY to win.
I'd probably take like just picking a random name, New Catch Republic. I think there's a lot of fire under them, especially finally making Butch back into Pete Dunne. I
Yeah.
think, and finally bringing Tyler Bate off of NXT. Again, I don't watch NXT, but I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this kid. So I think that's the right call.
Yeah,
But
no, it's the all the good bits of British strong style there. The WWE managed to pick up there. Those two guys were the top of the mountain.
yeah, but that's basically tag team ladder match done. That's a match I'm really excited for. I think they can tear the house down with that. Next up, at least on my list, this is the Cody Rhodes promo, which again, I said it before as a Cody crybaby. I loved this promo. I don't know if it's better than the Rock one because the Rock one was like truly special, but
Yeah,
let's not
I
compare
call
it
it
like
one A and
that.
one B. Like without one, you don't get the other. So
And I've been waiting for Cody to cut a promo like this. I wish he cut a promo like this after he lost to Roman last year, but I think that's why he's so brilliant. He's holding it off. He's holding it off, and then finally we get this impassioned promo
yeah.
where he's saying things like, "Oh, you're not a heel, you're an asshole." Like, sorry, I didn't know we get to say these terms on TV. I didn't know that. I loved him saying, "I'll go Homelander on you and tear your throat out." Like, no way he
Uh-huh.
said that. This goober. And then just I thought it was an excellent promo where he was like, "I can talk about your mom. She's a great woman." And that's it. Like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of guy he is. I can't believe that this grandstanding, genuine guy is so over, and he's like the top of the world in WWE right now.
No, it is really hard to believe because like this day and age that even the baby faces are usually gritty. Like a John Moxley, even when he was babyface, he was still kind of a rotten bastard. Like so it's kind of almost refreshing to see like, oh, somebody can still do it. And like he's got the charisma to pull it off.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Take like Brian Danielson, he just started going face. He'll still kick your head in.
Eh,
Take Swerve Strickland. I know he's a different story, but he's the same guy. He's just doing good things now and
Yeah.
people like him. So that's pretty it's wonderful. I love Cody Rhodes. And then Paul Heyman came out and basically was like, if you come along, it'll just be me and Roman on Friday, which I hate to say it, of this feud, I think the one weak link is Roman. He's not bad. It's just Cody and Rock, exceptional.
Yeah.
Some of their greatest work they're doing right now, like unironically in their entire career, is happening right now. Seth Rollins is great.
Yeah.
He can be bad, but he's pulling it out for both this Drew feud and this Bloodline feud. Like he's
Yeah,
really
like
stepping
even
it up.
tangentially, because like Drew's kind of tangential to this. Like even him, who's always been a good worker, has stepped it up. Like
Yeah. But Roman, he just hasn't had the chance, right? So I think this promo, hopefully, I hope on like Friday that it's Cody and Roman for like 10, 15 minutes. Like we get a good back and forth
yeah,
between them. Then you can have The Rock come out or whatever, which is kind of interesting how Paul Heyman phrased it. Because he was like, Roman Reigns gives his word that he won't come out, or no other bloodline members will be out there. But that doesn't stop The Rock from just
yeah,
walking out on his own accord, right? Like they don't have
he's
to
the
plan
final
it.
boss. He don't care.
And that could kind of sow dissension between the two. So I think there's a whole lot of good ways that they can take this story, and it keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, like just as a side note, their production values, like the tweaks they've made to the Rock's entrance. Oh my god.
It's kind of like darker and a little it's not like deeper. Like the
Yeah,
music's a little deeper,
yeah.
but
They
it's
slowed it down too
perfect.
for his heel roll, is what I heard. The
That
tempo is a little slower.
that's like what they used to do in the Attitude Era. Like I think you look at Shelton Benjamin's theme, and it's literally just 50% slower when he's a heel, and then when he's a face, they just bring it back up to normal
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, and I guess somebody pointed this out too. I just saw on the internet the bull logo if he comes out as heel, the eyes glow red. I was like, I've
Yeah,
never noticed that. That's
I love
cool.
I love the lightning striking. Like that guy's like, ah, Black Adam didn't work. Maybe this will. So
Oh, worked for me. I was like, this is epic.
this, yeah, this Rock guy, he might. I feel like this is like when I was watching AEW, and I'm like, this Kazuchika Okada kid, he's going places.
yeah.
This Dwayne the Rock Johnson kid, he's going places. And then, so they didn't really announce a whole lot of matches on Raw, just kind of furthering them. We had a Zayn and Gunther contract signing, which I think the most interesting part of this is Gunther telling Sami Zayn he can't beat him. That makes sense. It's Gunther.
Yeah.
He's going to be like that. But Chad Gable saying that, I think
Yeah.
that adds a whole nother wrinkle. And I don't think it should be a triple threat, but I like Chad Gable still being in the story because I don't know, but it's weird if they keep being like, you're going to lose, and then he does.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But I mean, Sami Zayn can pull that off because, like, he just gets the crowd behind him, and it'll just be heartbreaking, but he'll still give you an amazing match.
If I'm Booker Man, right? I'm Triple H. I'm writing the notes for this, right? I would have Sami Zayn lose, and I'm not putting a timeline on this. I'm just saying general. Sami Zayn loses at Mania, but it's heartbreaking. But he's the one to take the belt off of either Drew McIntyre or a Damian Priest catch-in if that happens. So that, like, Sami Zayn goes bigger than Gunther, which is odd to say, but he goes bigger and he wins big. I think that's what I would book, and you still have Chad Gable be the one to end Gunther.
Yeah. No, you kind of even touched on that, I think, before, either on the podcast that never aired or just one with us and Dave, where then you could always come back around to Gunther with Sammy having that belt. Like, ooh.
A lot of people are saying that Gunther should dethrone Cody. You could have Gunther dethrone Sammy. Like, you can drag this out. You got time. But no matter what, it'll be a fantastic match.
Yeah.
Do you still think Sami Zayn's going to win?
I don't.
Really?
It's a more interesting story if he doesn't.
Yeah, I think, and it's also like last year he stopped record-breaking streak with the Usos. I don't think he'll do it again, but maybe that's the point of Sami Zayn, right? Maybe that's the role they have him is this ultimate underdog.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, since day one, he wins the title. What happens a couple minutes later?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens slams him.
like it's just his career. Like you say, he's just the sympathetic guy that, like, always just about gets there, but when he finally does, it's like it's world breaking. Like,
so what if, right? I kind of have an idea here, and it still keeps Chad Gable in. Sammy does beat Gunther, but he's all tired. Gable comes out to like congratulate him, starts beating him up and beats him down. And this is a big Gable heel turn. And Gable capitalizes, say, on like an injured Sammy. Not in the moment, but later on, Gable almost immediately takes it off of Sammy. So
that'd be cool.
I don't know if I would want a heel Gable right now. He's such a good baby face, but that's an idea.
Yeah.
Then we also had a great Rollins and McIntyre promo, which, again, those guys are doing really well. I like how Seth Rollins keeps taunting Drew, because Drew, quite frankly, is obsessed with Seth and the title, which is great. It's great for his character, but he can't get over it. I like how Seth has just called him out, like, you can't get over it. You won the championship in an empty arena, and then the lights came back, everyone came back, and you fumbled the bag. I thought that was such a good line from Seth. It's almost like, God, I wish that Punk guy didn't get injured. I wish I could have seen those promos, but we'll have to wait for that. And Punk's so gonna be special guest referee. That's
he was teasing being at WrestleMania there this week too. So maybe that's the thing.
This is often getting overshadowed just by Cody and Roman and the whole bloodline thing, but I'm still pretty excited for this match. And what I want, again, if I'm Booker Man, I would have McIntyre win, but I think what they're going to do is have McIntyre win and Damian Priest cash in. Yeah, I know, but it fits that story of McIntyre getting screwed at every chance, so it's not his fault. and you could start a Damian Priest face turn, but it's also like, I don't want that. Like, I like Damian Priest. He's not the one right now.
Nah.
I need
Yeah.
a,
He has a definite ceiling, and he's kind of where I feel like where he's at sort of fits him really well right now.
he might have to like change his whole gimmick if he wants to. He'd have to leave Judgment Day, which that might happen. Maybe if they lose the tag titles, there's dissension in the group, and Rhea Ripley walks away victorious, because obviously she will. But yeah, I'm excited for that. And then the last thing I have, so if you have anything else, feel free to add. But basically, it was the Lynch Nia Jax last woman standing match. Becky Lynch finally able to shake this Nia Jax off her back and move on and focus on a WrestleMania match. I saw a little bit of the highlights. The leg drop from the ladder on the announce table to end it. Oof.
Yeah.
God damn, that's a good spot.
That whole sequence too, because right before that there was a manhandle slam off the apron through a table. And it was, there were some really good bumps on there. I was really into it.
Becky Lynch is the best. I don't think enough people know that, but Becky Lynch is the best. And the show ended with Rhea Ripley coming out and basically like taunting her, like, this is it, we're fighting. So I'm excited for that match, but I'm team Rhea Ripley.
Me
I love
too.
Becky Lynch, but this is not Lynch's time. This isn't like one of those where, oh, Charlotte beat Rhea, so 3 years later. No, this is Rhea Ripley's time. This is when she needs to be a super established name on the biggest stage you can.
Yeah, exactly. It's what's best for business. Like she's what's putting butts in seats right now. Like she's, for me, she's definitely part of the top of the card. She's Becky Lynch of 5-6 years ago, like when Becky was top of the card. It's just hand her the ball and let her run until the audience says no.
Yeah, which they're clearly not anytime soon, unless they really screw something up, which I hope doesn't happen. But that's about all I had for Raw. Again, a pretty good show, very promo heavy. I think they're a little concerned about injuries, which I don't blame them. I think they have big, big plans for Mania. So if not having Cody wrestle or Seth wrestle or Drew wrestle, I think that's smart.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Gunther's, like Sammy just had the gauntlet match, but like you having all these people not wrestle, I think that's for the best. But do you have anything else to add about Raw?
No, you hit all my notes, so same page. Pretty dope.
Yeah, and we fortunately missed NXT this week. I'm sorry to all 3 people that really cared about that. We'll try to get it next time.
Yeah. No, my basic thoughts on that is it's not black and gold, but I'll try.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about it. Again, we want to try to keep these a little shorter because this is just a general recap of the show or of the week and what we thought. I'm starting to get really excited for WrestleMania.
Me too. Do you have plans?
I'm trying to get it off, so that's where I'm at right now. But if I get them off, I think I might watch it with a friend. How about you?
Night one, I'll probably go catch it at my friend's place. He's a coworker, and I gave him the night off, and I'm gonna run over to his house and watch it after I'm done. And then night 2, I'm off, so I'll probably just hang out with the wifey and force her to watch it.
She'll have to watch Cody's crowning moment. Oh, yeah. Boo-hoo. Oh, I'll be crying. I'll be a Cody crybaby when that idiot wins. I love him so much. But anyways, thanks for joining me, Chad. This has been fun. Keep it short and sweet. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you're looking forward to coming up?
Prestige coming up soon. Are you going to be at that show on the 20th?
No, I'll be in South Dakota.
Okay.
I really wanted to, but not this time.
But yeah, no, I think that's all I got. I guess like, share, subscribe, elbow drop, powerbomb, yada, yada, yada. Podcasts, audio, yada. There we go.
Let us know if there's anything you want us to add, because we're just kind of trying this WWE-Cap out for fun. But if you have anything else you'd like to add or something you'd like us to go a little bit more in depth on, let us know. We can do that. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me, and you have a wonderful night.
Bye-bye.